Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to $3 Theater, or should I call it $3 Reviews? Because we're going to be talking about the new Deathstroke Knights and Dragons animated film that just came out this week, and I caught it last night on a whim. I didn't even know it was happening. I had no idea it was happening. I had no idea it was coming. All of a sudden, I checked Twitter and people are talking about it. I'm like, well, I got to watch it. So I went, I got it, I sat down, I watched it, and my God. Like most DC animated films, this was good. This was very, very good. You have a solid story backed up by solid voice acting. Okay animation, right? It's not the perfect, it's not like, what you would expect from like higher budgeted, higher quality stuff, but it serves its purpose and it serves it well. So this story is, again, it's a Deathstroke movie. It's an R-rated, mega violent Deathstroke movie, and it's good. It's really good. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out what was going on because I am not 100% like into the Deathstroke comic. I know the character like kind of ancillarily. I'm not really big into DC as much as I am Marvel, although that is something I want to change because I do like DC quite a bit. I just haven't gotten into it as much as I would like. So that being said, this story centers around Deathstroke, voiced this time around by Michael Chiklis, who is, he's an older, more gruff, more rugged Deathstroke who honestly thinks of himself as a bit of a good guy, which is really fascinating that that's kind of the approach he takes because he ended up getting married, he had a kid, and he told his wife, who was his former commanding officer, I mean, come on here, let's talk about some Me Too stuff going on, but his former commanding officer who ended up birthing his child, Joseph, that he's off doing business work, and she believed him for like 8 years. And this is like his commanding officer, and she trained him, and she couldn't figure out that he was lying to her for 8 years after he lied to her about having an affair with another woman and, well, all the crap that came with that. So it's one of those things where it's a very convoluted story. Right off the bat, there's some plot holes, but obviously it's Deathstroke, and that's really what anybody cares about. And so when Deathstroke is off kind of handling his own coup in a small country, there's a man by the name of Jackal in his crazy ass armor who goes in to kidnap Joseph, and in the process he fights 80, but she could put up a fight, but she ends up getting wrecked. And I mean, like, wrecked. He humiliated her. He broke her arm, he breaks her leg, he effed her up. And that was her entire motivation for everything else that followed. And I thought that was really great. I really enjoyed that. So Deathstroke obviously goes to save his son and to see what the hell Jackal wants. Jackal wants to hire Deathstroke for the Hive, his organization that's basically kind of hell-bent on world domination to an extent. I got a lot of like Cobra Commander vibes off of Jackal. Like I really actually kind of felt like I was watching a G.I. Joe movie a lot of the time during this, but I'm totally okay with that. Either way, I had a lot of fun. But in the process of going to save his kid, they end up fighting another couple other people. He ends up killing one of them, killing this woman, and then taking the arm off this other guy. And then from there, he goes to save his kid, thinking he killed Jackal, but unfortunately, the Hive agent, the throat, making they were able to save him, but he went mute. And from there, because of the embarrassment, because of 80's resentment and humiliation, she cast Deathstroke away. She cast Slade Wilson off, and all he did is leave a note for his son saying he's a knight and he's off to go fight dragons because that's their favorite story that they read together. And I liked how he was building it up in his own head. He believed himself to be this hero, so to speak, when everyone else clearly saw him for what he was, which is not the good guy, but is a mercenary who does bad things for money, but he goes up against bad people. There was a nice kind of dichotomy of character representation in this. What I mean by that is like his perception of himself versus everyone else's perception of himself. Like he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's doing it at the cost of his family. And as we come to find out, the queen of the Hive, or the Hive queen, is really his daughter Rose from that secret affair that he had. And her and Joseph found each other because Joseph has these telekinetic abilities because of the genetic mutations that the army had done in the experiments on Slade, but also Rose, because that's his other daughter, also has her own abilities, and they were able to find each other. Jackal ends up training Rose in order to make her his own personal weapon, and then go to take over the world and control the rulers, to rule the rulers. That's their whole plan. And again, it's a good plan. It's a great plan. But of course, as things kind of happen, Rose and Joseph have their own plan. They want to stop Jackal. They want to humiliate him. They want to kill him for what he did to Joseph. And that whole thing backfires because he kind of, he caught on to the whole fact. And then Deathstroke and 80 show up and they all fight each other. And at the end of the day, everyone gets away with the exception of Deathstroke and Jackal, who plummet out of the plane, falling to their deaths. And then Deathstroke blows them both up. And now we think he's dead, except we find out at the end he's not. He's still alive, and they're leaving it open for a sequel. Again, I'm summarizing everything, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good. The violence was great. My jaw dropped a couple times with some of the violence. I wasn't expecting that, but I will say I had one key issue with the plot of the story. When Deathstroke asked Jackal, "Why are you doing this to me? Why are you targeting my family, targeting my kids?" we find out that the woman that Deathstroke killed at the beginning, who had the swords, was actually Lazarus's daughter. And he wanted revenge for Deathstroke killing Lazarus, Jackal's daughter. He wanted revenge for that. So he kidnapped. So that's why he targeted Joseph, and he wanted to turn him into a psychic weapon, so to speak. But the thing about that I don't get is they'd already kidnapped Joseph at that point in time. And then, Jackal sent in the two people to fight Deathstroke, and then Deathstroke killed the daughter. But it just kind of felt like it would happen because of Jackal's own actions that happened. But he still has this mega hate boner for Deathstroke. And so of course that becomes part of the story and everything else. It's a very simple, straightforward story. It's a very simple, straightforward flick. This could work really well as a direct to video action movie starring some, kind of has-been actor. But I think Michael Chiklis did a great job voicing the role. I thought he brought a lot of humanity and a lot of very kind of gruffness and toughness to it, but also allowing him to be vulnerable when necessary, and I really enjoyed how Deathstroke was trying to justify his own actions and justify his behavior the whole time. Addie was just beating him with you're an asshole, and you're an F up, and you're a piece of S, and you're all these things that you're terrible at. And, and he's like, yeah, all right, fine, I am. But I'm still a knight. I'm still a knight fighting dragons. And he still maintains that belief. It's good if you are looking for a good action animated film to watch, a hard R animated action movie to watch. Definitely check this one out. I have a feeling it's going to be on HBO Max soon enough, because HBO Max is definitely catered towards more of the adult crowd when it comes to review, or when it comes to animated properties. And it's another good entry into the DC animated film universe that supposedly wrapped up with Apocalypse War, which came out not that long ago. They really do put out these movies, don't they? Which is great, because the DC animated world is fantastic. I don't know why Marvel has never embraced that. I don't know why Marvel has never wanted to go for that. But at this point, nope. They're just not doing it. So check it out. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts below. If you catch this review and you go and you watch it and you come back, let me know your thoughts. I really want to talk about it with some people. Maybe we'll do a live stream discussing it and have a lot of fun breaking it down. Anyway, your thoughts, your opinions, let me know down in the comments below. I will talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again for watching, and peace out.